Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thank you for tuning in to check out your boy, P-Funk, thinking right, out here in the lab, giving you part two of the lesson I just got finished through. Let's work. Rightism, 24-hour rules to live by, storyteller, story with a message, message is a story for life. I give life lesson. You tune in, receiving them. You got a good thing going. Let's rock. Right thinking mission, and that's what I'm on, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinker's way of life through mental and spiritual discipline daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission is to get all right thinkers to do just that. So I'm on my mission. I'm on my grind daily, trying to get you information that'll do just that. Get you to know thyself. The question I ask: do you know you? If not, tune in. I'll help you with that. That's what I do for you. Let's go. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple. You teach them. That's what I do. What I do for you. I appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got you. A person who knows not and believe that they know, dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows, but knows not that they know, it's okay. They're asleep spiritually. I'm the spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers know that self. And to my act, be true. I'm in the book, back doing my thing. We just got finished doing the god Heru in his forms. Now let me see Heru in a different form. Remember this guy? His book is coming apart. But see that guy with the two heads? Okay, we're gonna talk about that right quick. I'm gonna break that down for you. This is Heru in his form. This is a picture of Heru and Set below. It shows us that what? The enemy, what's this? Or foe of truth, which is sorry about that, yeah. But remember, you have a body with Haru's head and Set's head. So watch this. The picture of Haru and Set below shows us that the enemy or foe of truth, which is represented by Mayat, is what? Inside each of us. Again, all of us, same thing. Set, the symbol of what? Evil, is actually a part of Haru. That must be what? Again, conquered, conquered, not defeated, not excuse me, not destroyed, not killed, just conquered, under control, and submitted, excuse me. In this aspect, watch this. Set represents the beast or demons, whatever you want to call it, negative aspects of your character. We must what? Conquer within. I call it the Goliath. If David had fear, he would never conquer Goliath. If you have fear, you will not conquer your fear that you fear of. Things you're scared of, you got to conquer them. That's what Set represents. Watch this. Now, Set represents the beasts or demons that we must conquer within ourselves. Again, all this is eternal work. Ignorance, passions, sexual desires, restlessness of the mind, temptations, lust, greed, depression, insecurity, fear, and pain. All these are qualities that we exhibit when you are an egoistic, Satanian type of person. These are the qualities that you will exhibit when you check yourself. You got on a checklist. Do I do that? Do I do that? Okay, now you know what they're correct. That's the whole purpose. Watch this. Now, through your life journey, through your journey of life, it's a battle that rages on between what? Your higher self, Haru, and your lower self, Set. Only by what? Here you go. This is my favorite part because this is where I get off on personally. Living a life of righteousness and virtue can, watch this, living a life of righteousness and virtue can the God of light inside come alive. It's something that's inside you that if you do this, it's going to happen naturally. It's called the coiled serpent in the bottom of you. And when you're righteous living, it wakes it up. It's coiled 2.5 times. So that's the serpent power that's in all of us. Trust me. Watch this. And for that to come alive and vanish what? Excuse me, and vanquish the what? The unrighteous lower nature. The higher nature will always succeed lower. Higher is always going to beat lower. Good should always prevail. That's the concept. We in society where they making bad winning. That's nothing less. I ain't going there. But watch this. This is the battle inside you. I call it the holy war. Watch this. Now, this is the underlying theme of the Osirian resurrection myth and the prerequisite for what anyone who wishes to gain a higher benefit of reading. You can read the Per Heru text. That's where it is. That's the information. Like our Bible. Like I got the Christian, got the Bible. We got the Per Heru. That we learn about. I got it over there, right there, Book of the Dead. So it's information. That's all it is. It's what you do with the information. Like knowledge. The power in is having knowledge. The power is using the knowledge that you have. So let's move on. Let's go down. We're going to talk about the hieroglyphic list of the principles and the forms of the divinity Heru. The following list, there's 17 of them, watch this, contains only the main forms of Heru to be known by the aspirants practicing what? Usha. U-A-S-H-U. It means worship, as outlined in what the Het Aset Temple of Aset. Het means house, okay? You got the house of Aset, Temple of Aset. Let's go through them right quick. Now, this is hieroglyphic right now. I ain't got time for that. I'm going to just break them down to you, go through them, and tell you the definition of it right quick. You got Heru, first of all. Heru, it means person or personality. That's what it means. Heru, which is what? It stands for the divinity above. This is why he's in the hawk and falcon form. He can go up there. He come down here, but he always can take flight. That's why wings is important. Set have no wings. He's a four-legged animal, but conceptually. But inside you, he represents you as your ego. And if the ego wins, you stay here. Higher nature, you got wings. The Red Bull. Okay, that's the concept. But now you got Heru Kente in Ma. It means Heru foremost blind. When he got into the fight with Set, during the fight, he got his eye gouged out. That's when he went blind. So that's what they tell you about. Another story. Man, they got a whole bunch of stories that once you learn about them, you can see what it makes sense of how it applies to you. Well, what they got to do with me? Learn the stories and you'll see. Moving on, let's go. Then you got Heru Kati Kat. Kat means body. So Heru foremost of the body. Again, when you see the Kat, that means body. Next one, number 5, you got Heru Sa S. Sa Asal. S is Aset without the vowels, just the A-S-T. S. Heru, son of Isat, Aset, and Asar. Okay? They're telling you that's who that is, his son. He's the son of Isis and Osiris. They keep putting, I hate when I do that. Then you got Heru Sekmet. Sekmet is Ra's daughter, who he sent out to deal with the unrighteous. So she's power. She got the power to heal, and she got the power to destroy. That phrase, hell have no fear like a woman scorned, you don't want to piss off Sekhmet. That's the female lioness, okay? She got what you call her root of the what power. She's the female power aspect of nature. You got Heru Picard, Heru the child. When you see him sitting on his mother's lap, suckling from the nipple, then you see him again. Now, there's a picture, I ain't got it right here, but if you can stand up and reach the tip, you might not want to be still, you might want to still be breastfeeding at that age. I got a picture of this somewhere, but I always freak out and see that he's standing up on the tip. Dude, that's way too, you're way too big for that. No, I ain't got the picture here. No, I ain't got that one. But that cracks me up. All right, well, let's get back to your right quick lessons, breaking down the forms of Heru, different divinities that he represents. Then you got Heru Picard, which is the child. Now you see him again, Heru with the lock, the Prince Lock. That's him grown up middle age. Okay. When he's grown, he Heru Bahadet. That's what we're gonna get to him, or Heru You got Heru Bahadet, the conqueror. Okay. You see him with the arrows in his hand and the mace in the other hand. Yeah, he come to do work. He ain't coming in peace. Understand that. Damn, you got Heru Tijma. Tjemaa. That's Heru, the thruster, the piercer. That means, yeah, he come to take care of business, okay? When, oh man, I ain't got time for you right now. I'll do you later. Then you got Heru Semi-Tawi. That means Heru, the uniter of two lands, Upper and Lower Egypt. He took care, Set. Now he conquered his lower conscious, his lower egoness, his lower self, and his higher self. That's the uniter of two lands. You see him wear the crown with both Upper and Lower Egypt. That's what that means. Then you got Heru Nub. Nub means gold. So when you see them gold face, that represents the sun. So it's Heru of gold, Heru Nub. Then you got Heru Merti. That's Heru of the two eyes, seer. That means you see the two eyes, you see these double eyes, that's Heru. Okay, Merti. Then you got Uja, the two eyes of Heru, which represents who? I just told you, Aset and Nephthys. Okay? Those are represents the serpent, the two serpents, that's them. The two eyes, that's them. And the halls of Mayat, that's them. Okay? They go together all the time. Heru Heru the Great, Heru the King. When you see him in all his regalia, he's sitting on the throne. He conquered Set. Now he's in charge of himself, self-mastery while on earth. That's the concept of becoming Heru. Heru Akuti or Heru Arakti. Heru, the two on the two horizons. When the Sphinx was built 12,000 years ago, we're in the age of Aquarius now. Back then we was in the age of Leo. So they made the Sphinx to mimic what they saw out in heaven. Okay, as above, so below. They've been doing it for years. The three Giza, the three pyramids represent Osiris' belt, the belt of Orion. So they've always been mimicking Western. They make heaven on earth, so to speak. Conception. That was the idea. But it also means now you got Heru on the two horizons. The Sphinx, it represents Kepri, which is the morning sun, and you got Tem, which is the sun going down in the west, and it represents beginning and the end. Kepri, beginning of the day, Tem, end of the day. Hence, Alpha and Omega for the days, not for eternity. Okay, just understand. And guess what? It's going to do that for what? Eternity. So last one. When you see the sign of the winged disc with the wing of the two Uraeans, that's Heru Uja. Heru, the all-encompassing divinity. That's what he turned into to defeat Set. When Set went into whatever his mode, he went into his mode. They had ability to shift shape. And they went to hippopotamus, crocodile, what was another one, what else did they do? They fought, and every time they changed, they would get into that mode, and that's how they did it. Now, right quick, I'm gonna give you important definitions of the forms of Heru. They got it here. You got Atum. Atum meant the sun. When Akhenaten, the pharaoh, decided to kill all the gods and make one, he called the god they serve, we're gonna call Atum, the sun. That represents the right eye of Heru. You got Hera, Hera. That's face, person, a personality, a bright face of God, the golden face, the sun. Okay, gold. Then you got Heru. What does that mean? That which is above, the most high. Sound familiar? Everything that we're doing religiously coming out of my boys out of Egypt. I want to let you know that. That's all. I'm moving on. Then you got Harun in Mutaf. Heru, the what? The motherless. Form of Heru in his temple at Jebu or Edfu, in Egypt, where he represents himself. He's motherless, okay? He came into creation on his own. That's the concept. But then you got Heru, here you go. Behudet. Heru Behudet, which is the warrior defender of what? Sound familiar? What's this? He's a defender of truth, the restorer of righteousness. He fights for what's right and just. Sound like Superman, don't it? See, if what I'm giving you sound like what you already know, I'm just telling you where what you think you know come from. How about that? Okay, just origins. Just give me where it comes from. Moving on. Now you got Heru Kente Nama. That's Heru, the foremost seer. That's Heru with the eyes to see into the future. Then you got Heru, okay, excuse me, Heru, the foremost seer. Watch it. It literally means Heru, not the one, but the blind one, or when the sun and moon sets, meaning that when the eyes, the sun and the moon, watch this, are closed and looking internally, this is the highest vision. In essence, the eternal is foremost and not the external. The new moon period is known as what? The period of rebirth. In essence, the resurrection of the moon. The moon is a symbol of who? Asar, the dead and resurrected soul. Get the concept? Moving on, I'm about to wrap it up. You got Heru Nub, Heru the golden one. Heru is what? Perfect enlightenment. That's when you reach that Neha state. That's when you become Heru Nub, perfect, golden. Golden child. Another spinoff. Let me wrap this up. Then you got Heru Pakar. Heru is the divine what? Solar child. Sun has 7 aspects. And as a reflection of what? Ra's 7 souls. Safek Bara. In this form, Heru is what? The victorious. Heru is victorious over animals and the forces of nature. So he's the master of himself in the domain here while on earth. From the top still, Heru, watch this, is a divine child, master of what? Nature, controller of beast, evil, unrighteousness, and your lower self, and therefore protector of Asar from what? The lower forces. The ego have to be put in check. Set have to be dealt with. And it ain't easy. The only one that can do that is you. Moving on. You got Heru Sekhem. Heru, the lord of the Ujat, which is the serpent power, the 2 hours, the 2 eyes. The lion is a symbol in this form of Heru as well as the hawk-headed man. He have different aspects that he represents. And you got Heru watch this. Heru elder, the grown-up Heru. This form is what? The king of Upper and Lower Egypt, meaning you have reached the pinnacle of yourself. You reached the highest. He is, watch this, victorious against who? Set in what? The battle for what? The throne. To crown yourself. I do this. I got this. Set ain't running nothing here. And this form of Heru, watch this, was also associated with Ra and had Heru as their son. That's the end of this lesson. Hope you're getting it. I'm trying to give you a bunch of breakdowns of the different aspects of Heru. I got one more for you. Excuse me. The Neteru of the Enoch arises from who? Ra, Atum, or you got Shu, Tafnut, Gab, Nut, Asar, Aset, Set, Netet, and Heru He sits on the throne with all his regalia. Again, that's him in his finest, okay, as king. That's you knowing thyself, okay? That's where you want to be in life as in the flesh, in human beings. Let's go. Right thing, because that's our goal. And you got what? You got Heru, the great, and also Heru of the future. He represents what? The perfection of Ra in creation in reference to what? The Osirian resurrection myth. He represents Heru after he had what? Challenged Set and reestablished what? Order and harmony in what? The land of Egypt. Yourself, you are Egypt. That's the concept. Hope you understand that. I'm gonna stop there right there. Hope you got this lesson about Heru. I got some more for you. I'll be back.